Okay, so today we're gonna do Unit 2, Day 16 notes, which is writing equations from a table. Now, this is exactly like the lesson we did yesterday, which is Unit 2, Day 16, where you're writing equations from two given points. The only difference is that instead of just 2 points, you have a whole set of points that you have to use to figure out the equation. So just like yesterday, first thing you need to do is find the m. Okay, and we have to use this table, of course, to find the m, or the slope. So you got to find the differences of each. So -5 minus -2 is -3. -2 minus 1 is -3. And 1 minus 4 is -3. Now on the other side, 11 minus 9 is 2, 9 minus 7 is 2, 7 minus 5 is 2. So with that being said, the slope is -3/2, because remember, the right side over the left side. That's step 1. Step 2 is to find the letter b. I know that the slope is -3/2, and I'm going to have to choose one order pair. Doesn't matter which one you use from the table, just pick one. I'm just going to use the first one, which is 5, 4. Now using my y equals mx plus b, I'm going to plug in my x, my y, and my slope. My y is 4, my m is -3/2, and my x is 5, plus b. Of course, you multiply these two, so -3 divided by 2 times 5, and you could use your calculator to do that. But I get -15/2, which is just -7.5. Then, of course, I'm going to jailbreak this over. So 4 plus 15 divided by 2 gives me 11.5. So there's my b. I have completed step 2. Step 3 is to write the equation. Now, to write an equation, all I need is my slope and my letter b. And if you don't like it as a decimal, you can also write it as a fraction, which is 23/2. 23/2 is the same thing as 11.5. Now let's write our equation. Y equals mx plus b. Y equals the mx plus the b. And of course, you could have changed it as a decimal. It's your choice. Now remember, they use f of x, so you could just say f of x equals -3/2 x plus 23/2. These two mean the same thing because the y and the f of x are the same thing. Just one is fancier than the other. Okay, b. Once again, I need to start off by finding the m. So I gotta find the difference, and as you can tell, it's always 0. On the other side is 2. So the slope is 0/2, which is just 0. Next thing I need to do is find the letter b. So I know that my slope is 0, and all I have to do is pick one point. So I'm going to do 5, 4 once again. And let's find the letter b. Because I know this is x, this is y, and my m. So my y is 4, my m is 0, my x is 5, plus b. 0 times 5 is 0. And of course, that adding 0 doesn't change anything. So my letter b is 4. So let's write the equation. The m is 0, the letter b is 4, so y equals mx plus b, so y equals 0x plus 4. Now anytime you have 0x, that can just go away, so you're left with y equals 4, or you can say f of x equals 4. These two are the same thing. And there's your answer. So they ask you to write the equation, and there's the equation. Okay, moving on. For C, I'm not going to do that one. You can do that one by yourself. but for D, that's the next one we're going to do. So let's start by finding the slope. So 19 minus 15 is 4. 15 minus 7 is 8. 7 minus 3 is 4. 3 minus negative 3 is 6. Now, 10 minus 8 is 2. 8 minus 4 is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 minus negative 1 is 3. So now remember, you do the right side over the left side. So that means I'm going to have 4 over 2, 8 over 4. I already have 4 over 2 once, so I don't have to copy it down again. 6 over 3. And as you can tell, all of these simplify to 2. So my slope is 2. Now, the next thing I need to do is find the letter B. So I know that the slope is 2. I'm going to choose a random point to use, and I'm going to use 2, 3. So my y equals mx plus b. So y is 3, the m is 2, and the x is 2 as well, plus b. Okay, so 2 times 2 is 4, plus b equals 3. Jailbreak to the other side. So that means 3 minus 4 is negative 1. So my letter B is negative 1. So let's write the equation. The m is 2, the b is negative 1. So y equals mx plus b. So y equals 2x minus 1. Or you can say f of x equals 2x minus 1. It's the same thing. So there's your equation. Now, what we did do was use our calculator to check our work. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take the moment to type in my table and see if I get the same equation. So remember, you go to Stat, Edit, then the first column is your x's, so you will do negative 1, 2, 4, 8, 10. The other one is negative 3, 3, 7, 15, 19. Then you go to Stat, scroll over to Calculate, and then Line Regression, and click Enter 5 times. So they're saying that my A or my M is 2, and my B is negative 1, so that's correct. Now let's flip to the other side and check to make sure that we're doing this correctly as well. So go back to Stat, Edit. Remember, to clear anything, you got to scroll up until the L1 or the L2 are highlighted. Click Clear, Enter. Clear, Enter. Now, 5, 7, 9, 11, 4, 4, 4, 4. Then you go to Stat, Calculate, option number 4, Enter, Enter, Enter. And M is 0, the B is 4. Correct. And now let's check the first one, just to double check to make sure that we did it correctly. 5, 7, 9, 11, and then 4, 1, negative 2, negative 5. Stat, calculate, option number 4, and negative 1.5 and 11.5. That's correct. So if you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to ask me in class the next day.